What's up, guys? Welcome back, and here we have another episode of Dungeons and Dragons Online. Now, we just finished Korthos Island, the whole Korthos arc, in our last episode, and now we are able to go to the harbor. Now, normally, on my normal playthrough, I would do all of the quests, and I would do it on Elite, or even just hard, just to get level 3, because I think that level 3 is one of the best levels you can get when you're just starting out in the harbor. And it'll also give you more experience as to how the game actually plays when you play Korthos in higher difficulty. But since this is just a playthrough, I'm going to skip that and we're going to go to Korthos right away. So you talk to this NPC and you say, do you want to go to Stormreach? Now, even if you're an experienced player, I really do recommend that you still do Korthos for the easy XP you get for the relatively easy quests that you have to do. Now, this is the harbor. The harbor is actually the main area for Dungeons and Dragons Online. So this is where you'll spend the bulk of your time. There are a lot of other areas, but this is like the central hub for the game. So I remember back in the day, there used to be so much players here, and almost every inch of the harbor area had players. Now it's quite sad to see that it's not the case anymore, but that depends on the server time as well as the kind of server you're playing. So let's just check. We actually have 2 action points now, and I'm going to get okay. So if you remember, we picked up feet before, and our deity feat is follower of the sovereign host, which gives us quite a bit of extra damage and hit with long swords, and I think I want to continue with that. So I'm going to pick up this sacred touch feat, enhancement. Then we are going to pick up let's save our action point for later. Now, one of the first things you want to do before when you're in a new area is you want to go to the nearest tavern and bind yourself. Now, there's nothing more annoying than dying in a quest in a new area, and when you resurrect, we got invited into a guild. Alright, so we are now part of a guild. We are part of the Tycoons of Tomorrow guild. That's great. And they just welcomed us. Thank you. So you want to make sure you say thank you when they invite you to a guild. And we even got promoted to an officer. That's great. Now, usually you'll find a lot of these guilds recruiting new players, specifically targeting people in Korthos or in the harbor, and that's great for new players like you or even experienced players without a guild. So as I was saying, you wanna go to a Spirit Binder and bind yourself here, because there's nothing more annoying than finding yourself in somewhere and you just resurrect in a different place. So I'm going to get Bless. Bless lets you hit harder and faster. Not faster, better. It's also a party buff, so if you have party mates. So if you're not particularly experienced or the character you're playing is not particularly strong solo, you want to make sure you get some hirelings. Now, there are also hirelings available in Korthos, but I really want you as a new player to be able to experience it. But here let's get a level 3 Frenzy. Oh, we can't use that yet. Okay. So let's get a level 2. Let's get a level 2 Paladin friend here. Buy that. Now you have to remember that when you're buying hirelings, you have to use them at the start of the quest if you're not a VIP. So you just accepted that quest. talk to this guy. So remember, when you have a hireling, make sure to summon them at the start of the quest. You won't be able to call them after. So you just double click the item you bought, and now you have your hireling. And they have their own tab here. This is when they're in defensive mode. I'm gonna put him in on aggressive mode since I want him to attack. Then I'm going to summon my dog. Then cast Bless. Then let's talk to Tambor. And let's do it. So we have to defend this crate from a mass of attacking kobolds. Let's just make sure that we defend this. Hopefully it won't get destroyed. So you have the, beside the objectives here, there's a timer, and that's how long we need to defend this crate from these marauding kobolds. Hopefully so you see, if this was a normal quest, maybe I'd be fine doing it solo, but since we need to defend something, it's really useful to have another party mate, so I went out and got the hireling. Oh no, the crate! Defend the crate, man! And there's a lot of hirelings to choose from. Well, not all of the classes are available, but I do suggest you try them out. And different hirelings behave differently, and they're not very smart, so I wouldn't rely on them too much, only to deal more damage, tank a little more for you. So even if you are a solo player, you can still get some help in the form of hirelings. And if you have summon monster, that's great too. Let's just... Oh no! And I actually think the hireling is much more powerful than I am, actually. So make sure you use your I forgot to turn on power attack. Two minutes left on the timer. We're doing good so far, I think. Make sure they're... You always want to check up on the box from time to time. Now, if you've noticed the treasure bags that are falling from time to time when you kill these guys, those are actually collectibles, and you can exchange them for some items. And they're actually used for crafting also, so you might want to collect them as well. The quest giver gave us a small collectible bag, which I'll show you in a bit. A minute left. I think hopefully we'll do this in time. 40 seconds. beasts back from my box that I don't even know what's inside of the box. Could be smuggled goods for all I know. But we were paid to protect it, so it doesn't really matter right now. Oh no! 5 seconds, guys.
The crate has survived, and Tambor has placed his traps.
We have
No more
successfully.
kobolds should be able to find their way into the warehouse.
Now you don't have to kill them. I prefer not to because it's a shame, but as you can hear, my hireling and my dog are still killing them. Anyway, I wasn't able to explain that whenever you buy a hireling contract, yeah, it has a 1 hour expiry time from when you first use it in quest. So if you're not in a quest, you don't have it. The timer does not tick down. So one of the first things you should do is get the hireling, find yourself, and just check out the quests. And a piece of advice is you open your adventure compendium, you press O. Oh, sorry, you press P. Then you look at your adventures tab right here. Then you should sort them by level. Click here. Then they're sorted out by level. Now you want to do your quests ideally by level, so you don't get an XP penalty, because if you're over leveled or under leveled, you will get an experience penalty, and that's not really great, because later on you will find that you're lacking in quests, so every amount of XP you get is important. So you can check out here, these are the level 2 quests in the harbor, and now if you hover your cursor over it, it'll just give you it's bestowed by which NPC, where it can be found. And if you open your map by pressing M, these chalice icons, the gold icons, are those quest givers. Now red icons on the other hand are gold chalices with red icons are those for paid quests. So if you don't have an adventure pack, like for here in the catacombs, which is an adventure pack they sell, you can't access the quest. So there are some quests that you can't really do unless you buy it. Now let's continue this quest later on, and thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please subscribe and tune in for the next one. Thanks guys.